This little girl was kidnapped from her bed in the middle of the night while wearing her pajamas.
Was she snatched by a stranger? That's what cops first believe.
We'll delve into the unsettling case of a young girl who mysteriously disappeared from her own bedroom just before Christmas. The case quickly captivated the public, with over 3,000 people joining the search for the missing child. Eventually, investigators uncovered chilling details that led to an unexpected and shocking truth. Sarah Foxwell, born on May 18, 1998, in Salisbury, Maryland, grew up in a large family with 2 sisters and 4 brothers. Her mother, who had 3 children from a previous marriage, faced challenges after divorcing Sarah's father. With her mom working long hours, Sarah and her siblings often stayed with relatives. As the middle child, Sarah was known for her peacekeeping abilities, always bringing the family together. In December 2009, at 11 years old, Sarah temporarily moved in with her aunt and grandparents as Christmas approached. Her mother was working extra shifts to buy gifts, and the kids were excited about the holiday. On December 22nd, everything seemed normal. The children were in high spirits, playing around the house. After enjoying pizza for dinner, they began getting ready for bed around 9 p.m. Sarah shared a room with her 6-year-old sister, Emma. They chatted briefly before falling asleep. The next morning, Sarah's grandfather went to wake the children, but only found Emma. Thinking Sarah had already woken up, he searched the entire house, but there was no sign of her. He informed his wife, and they both began searching. When they realized Sarah was missing, they suspected she might have gone outside to play in the snow. However, her shoes and jacket were still inside, which raised concerns. Then Sarah's aunt noticed something unusual. Sarah's toothbrush was missing from the bathroom. After a search around the house, the aunt called Sarah's mother, and they contacted the police. Officers arrived quickly and began searching the house. Sarah's aunt assured them that all the doors and windows had been locked the night before, but when they approached the back door, it was unlocked. This led them to believe Sarah had been abducted. The discovery that a spare key to the house was missing suggested that the kidnapper was familiar with the family. Additionally, the dog had not barked, which was strange since it usually reacted to strangers. Fearing the worst, investigators launched a massive search effort. The case garnered widespread attention, and local residents began volunteering to assist. During the investigation, Emma, Sarah's younger sister, revealed something chilling. She told her grandmother that she had seen a man leave the room with Sarah that night. Emma recognized the man as Thomas, the former boyfriend of Sarah's aunt. Thomas "Tommy" Legs, a 30-year-old man with a long criminal history, was known to police for his involvement in multiple assaults on women and minors. He had been sentenced multiple times for such crimes, but was often released early due to good behavior or legal loopholes. Despite his criminal record, Sarah's aunt had been unaware of his past until after Sarah's disappearance. After learning about his past, investigators had no doubt that Thomas was involved. They discovered that during the time he was dating Sarah's aunt, he had spent more time with Sarah than with the other children, a fact that now raised alarm bells. Police went to Thomas's home, a shed on his parents' property, and brought him in for questioning. They also obtained a warrant to search his shed, but no direct evidence linking him to Sarah's disappearance was found at the time. The police found a large collection of adult magazines and DVDs in Thomas's shed, which was packed with them. During his questioning, Thomas denied being involved in the disappearance of 11-year-old Sarah. He claimed he was trying to address his past issues, including his history of crimes against underage girls. He also stated that when he was dating Sarah's aunt, he made sure not to be alone with the children to avoid false accusations. When confronted with Emma's statement about seeing him the night Sarah went missing, Thomas dismissed it, claiming Emma often made up stories. Despite his denials, detectives remained skeptical, especially when Thomas mocked the sheriff and seemed confident that the police wouldn't be able to prove his guilt. Thomas insisted that he had a strong alibi, stating he had been at a bar with a friend until late. Investigators confirmed that he had been at the bar, but he left at around 1 a.m., and no one saw him again until 7 a.m. the next morning. Phone records showed that he messaged several women that night, but they all turned him down. Despite these suspicious details, the police still couldn't get a confession from Thomas. After seizing his truck, the police found key evidence: Sarah's green toothbrush and a large lollipop. Tire tracks on his vehicle matched those found near Sarah's house on the night of her disappearance. Thomas had claimed he hadn't been near the house in over a month, but this evidence proved otherwise. The search for Sarah continued with hundreds of officers and volunteers combing through forests, abandoned buildings, ravines, and bodies of water. Despite the cold weather and holiday season, the community rallied and thousands of volunteers, including children, joined the search efforts. On Christmas Day, GPS data from Thomas's phone helped narrow down the search area, about 8 miles from Sarah's aunt's house, near the state border. Sadly, later that afternoon, they found Sarah's body in the woods, positioned with her arms raised toward the sky. This case is both chilling and heartbreaking, shedding light on the depths of cruelty that some individuals are capable of. Sarah's brutal and senseless murder left a community devastated, and the discovery of the forensic evidence made it clear just how much pain and suffering she endured in her final moments. It's unimaginable what she went through, and the details of her death, assault, strangulation, potential drowning, and the horrifying act of being set on fire while still alive are haunting to anyone who hears about it. Thomas's actions are incomprehensible, but the forensic evidence, including the hair and fabric found in his truck, left no room for doubt about his involvement. Despite this, the delayed trial and the eventual plea deal for a life sentence without parole raised complex questions. The prosecution's reasoning, avoiding a trial that could further traumatize Sarah's family, especially her younger sister, is understandable. But it also feels like a tragic compromise, especially given the emotional weight of the case. Many might wonder if justice was fully served, considering Thomas avoided the death penalty, a decision that may never fully satisfy those who believe he deserves to pay for his actions in the most severe way possible. The passage of Sarah's Law in Maryland in the wake of this tragic case was a direct response to the overwhelming public outrage that followed. It was a law born from the need to ensure that those convicted of heinous crimes, such as child abuse, face severe consequences. Under this law, individuals convicted of child abuse are required to serve at least 15 years in prison before they are eligible for parole. The law aims to provide a level of justice that many feel has been long overdue, particularly in cases involving vulnerable victims, such as children. It sends a strong message to society about the need to protect our most vulnerable and the consequences of failing to do so. While Sarah's Law represents a step in the right direction, it also underscores the reality that such cases often have deep, lasting effects that ripple through families and communities. The impact of these crimes is not confined to the immediate aftermath, but can shape the lives of those affected for years, if not generations. Families must grapple with the emotional, psychological, and sometimes physical scars left behind by such crimes. Communities are forced to reckon with the fact that those who perpetrate these abuses are often people who were trusted, making the betrayal even harder to comprehend and overcome. The law, while important, doesn't provide a perfect solution. The complexities of justice ensuring both accountability for the perpetrator and healing for the victim are difficult to balance. The plea deal in this case, for instance, might feel like a compromise, an attempt to bring closure while also considering factors like the defendant's circumstances or the possibility of a trial dragging on. But is it enough to bring true justice? Or does it fall short, particularly in cases like Sarah's, where the damage done is immeasurable? This case, and the law that followed, force us to reflect on the broader issues within our legal system and society. What can be done to prevent crimes like this in the future? It's not just about passing laws, it's about changing how we view and treat victims, how we ensure proper education and resources to protect those who are most at risk, and how we create systems of accountability that go beyond the courtroom. What do you think about the plea deal and the law that followed? Was it justice served, or was it an insufficient response to a crime that left deep scars? Do you believe that the changes made by Sarah's Law are enough to prevent future tragedies, or is there more that needs to be done? We want to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in more true crime content or want to stay updated on similar cases, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.